starting to enjoy saunas. Um, and I'm starting to understand what what makes it a discipline, um, which is nice because for a while I didn't understand it, and people would say something like, "Yeah, I'm a big sauna person," or I'm into saunaing, and I was like, "What do you?" They talked about it like it was a thing, and I was like, "What do you mean? Like it's just a thing that you sit in for a few minutes after you work out or whatever?" But like everything, it can be made into a discipline. There's a sauna at the health club where I belong, and a friend of mine got me into starting to do it after I work out, and I'm starting to really see the allure. Because if you sit in there long enough, it's hard. It's hot, so it starts to become, you know, challenging to stay in there. And and there's a timer on the wall. It's like one of those sand things. You turn it over, and the sand runs through the hole. And when all the sand runs from one end to the other, it's 15 minutes. And so I've been going in there kind of regularly, and I'm starting to develop a game plan as to how I'm gonna approach saunaing, and I'm excited about it, which is kind of cool, because up until like a month or two ago, I didn't really think anything of it, and now I'm starting to get excited about it. So yesterday I was in there, and I actually was too tired in the second half of the day to go to yoga or do the stuff that I usually do. So I didn't even feel like working out, but I wanted to go to the gym just to use the sauna, which is another new experience for me. I've never done that before. So I went in there, and I probably spent like 20, somewhere between 20 and 25 minutes. I don't think it was 25, but it was more than 20. And at first I wasn't really paying attention to the time. I was just sitting in there until I got hot enough to go out and then take a cold shower, which is the other thing I like. I like the hot cold, contrast. But then when I went back in there, another guy came in, and he adjusted the timer, and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't notice that before. And I was like, well, how long is that thing? And he goes, well, for it to run all the way through, it's 15 minutes. So I'm like, okay, if I can sit through that whole thing, that's pretty good. So I think I sat through maybe like 5 minutes. I had already been in the sauna for, I don't know, probably 7 minutes, and then I went out and like took a quick cold shower. And by cold shower, I mean like I turned the shower water on and stood immediately under it before it had a chance to warm up, and stood under there for like 10 seconds, and then got out, and then went right back into the sauna. And then, he did the timer thing, and I'm like, all right, let me see how long I can make it through this thing. And I think I sat for another maybe 5 minutes, then went out and did another quick cold plunge, and then went back in, and then I sat through all the way until the timer finished. And that time I really had to like focus and do breathing exercises and like, you know, separate myself from my discomfort, to make it through. And that's when I really started to see the beauty of the sauna, because it's like everything else that's hard. It's like, oh, this is like really where the magic happens. Like this place you get into where it's uncomfortable, and it's really easy to just stand up and walk out. And every second that you stay in beyond where you're comfortable is like a second of growth, and it's like a world in itself. And you're breathing and you're like experiencing life in this different kind of way. So I've discovered a new mini obsession, and I love the fact that, you know, I'm kind of to this place where I can turn things into disciplines easily and naturally, because I didn't used to be that way. But the fact that I approach life that way now is something that I'm pleased with. So looking forward to more self-discovery in the sauna.